If you're thinking about getting a reverse mortgage, you're probably weighing all your options. And one of the things you're probably thinking about is either the cost or the price, right? I'm Jeremy Knock with Golden Age Financial Solutions. And today, on this video, I'm going to walk you through the breakdown of all the costs involved in obtaining a reverse mortgage. When you're obtaining a reverse mortgage, obviously there's going to be costs involved. However, depending on if you're purchasing a home with a reverse mortgage or refinancing your existing loan with a reverse mortgage, every situation is going to be different. And it's very unlike a traditional refinance. So let's do the good news first. There really is no out-of-pocket expense for you until you decide to proceed with the reverse mortgage. Just getting pre-qualified and applying for the loan doesn't cost you anything. In other words, there really isn't a financial risk for you. And unlike traditional financing, where they're gonna look at your debt ratios and your credit score, getting a reverse mortgage is not driven by your debt ratios nor your credit score. In fact, they use what's called residual income, and they look at your overall credit profile. The specific details on your loan are going to be determined by your age and how much equity you have in the property. But not every single reverse mortgage is an automatic approval. You do need enough equity in the property to qualify, and if you don't have enough equity, this one probably isn't the perfect solution for you. That's why the first thing we do is a complete analysis of your entire financial situation. We need to identify the most prevalent wants and needs that you have as far as cash flow are concerned, as well as identifying some of your long-term wants and needs and goals for your retirement. Once we know your situation, we then create a custom proposal, or roadmap really for you, that matches all those wants and needs. So, for example, I had one client who had a 2-story home with stairs. They needed to get out of it into a 1-story home. They sold that home, used the proceeds of the property as their down payment on their new purchase, and they used the reverse mortgage as a purchase tool to cover the remaining money that the home needed in order to close. And in this case, they were able to leverage the reverse mortgage to buy the house that they absolutely loved and was gonna be their forever home, because they weren't even able to qualify for a traditional mortgage. And because the reverse mortgage doesn't have debt ratios, they didn't have any issues. Another example would be, if you want to age in place and you need access to money to pay your bills. I had one client who was drowning in credit card debt. We accessed the equity in her home using the reverse mortgage. She paid off all of her credit card debt and she got rid of that entire headache. Today, she's saving over $4,000 a month. That was money that was going to a mortgage payment and all of her credit card payments. Now, back to the costs. If you do decide to move forward with a reverse mortgage, we'll come to a point called the counseling session. Now, the counseling session is where you have to put some money out of pocket. They range in price anywhere from $125 up to $200. The counseling is required because this is an FHA insured loan. Now, don't worry, you do the counseling session over the phone and it only takes about 45 minutes. The best part is, if you do decide to move forward with a reverse mortgage, you don't even have to spend that $125 to $200 out of your pocket until after you already have your golden ticket. That's that roadmap that's gonna walk you step by step through this. Now, after you complete counseling, I'm gonna go ahead and put the money up for your appraisal. That can be anywhere from $600 to $750. I'm gonna pay that money out of my pocket up front so that you don't have a financial risk. When the loan closes, I'll get reimbursed at the end. However, my guarantee is that if the loan doesn't qualify based on my value analysis, I'm gonna eat the cost of that appraisal. Now, the difference is with a reverse mortgage, you will have to pay a 2% upfront mortgage insurance premium. Now, that gets rolled into the loan so you don't have to pay it out of pocket. That 2% fee gets paid directly to HUD, and what that does is that is the insurance premium for all the protections that the reverse mortgage has in place for you and your heirs. I hope this video gave you some more information about pricing with a reverse mortgage and how it works. If you're interested in learning more about a reverse mortgage, or you want to see your golden ticket with your roadmap to financial freedom, feel free to reach out to us. Once we connect, I'll follow that step-by-step process to help see if you are able to use that reverse mortgage as your golden ticket to financial freedom during your golden years. I'm Jeremy Knock with Golden Age Financial Solutions. Thanks for watching our video.